Very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. And as you all are aware that we have started with our sessions for NTA UGC NET Paper 1 for your for your June 2024 cycle, and wherein from today onwards we have started with a new unit, that is Information and Communication Technology, wherein we are going to see the most important questions of this topic with the most important concept, which is a very regular concept in your examination. So before we start the session, a very important announcement, that is from 25th of March, you will be having your new live batches starting on the Global Online app. Now, how to join these app and how to go ahead, I'll be telling you at the end of the video. So first, let's understand the question, understand the topics very well, and then go for the understanding of the session, understanding the process, how to join the class, right? So now let's start with the first session question on the screen. So which of the following best describes Web 3.0? User generated online business based on intelligent web where application use natural language processing. Collaboration and social media refers to static text based information websites. Now, see, we have a very important concept: Web 1.0, Web 2.0, and Web 3.0, right? This is the concepts which we have, and this is a very, very important concept which comes in the examination. Either question comes from any of them. So, let's understand first in detail. I'll be going little bit in detail so that I can even cover this topic very well for you all. And if you have any questions, you can easily attempt the questions from this. So basically, the technological learning of the society, it's something which helps the society to give the better citizens and do its economy better, right? So the understanding of this Web 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 will give us an idea that how technology flows, or how the flow of technology is in last 1 or 2 decades. So in a span of 1 or 2 decades, how this technology has evolved. So when we talk about Web 1.0, right? Okay, so it refers to what? It refers to the first stage of World Wide Web, that is WWW evolution. Now, in this particular evolution, there are definitely a lot of features. Like, for example, the features were in the form of static pages. The feature were in the form of content which is served from the service file system. Pages were built using the server slide, which included the common interface, a gateway interface. Again, there were tables and frames used in order to position and align the elements on that page, okay, on the web page, right? Now when we talk about Web 2.0, now basically 2 point, that was a high, it highlighted what? The generated, user generated content. This is something which you have to keep in mind very well. So this Web 2.0 helped us to get a user generated content, or you can talk about usability. And it is basically, it had a participative social web, that is participative social web. You'll come across this word. I have even given the notes in the tabular format. And lot of technologies developed with Web 2.0. Then the features were in the form of the free sorting of information, then dynamics with respect to the content, evaluation with respect to the information flow. So as I said, no, it improved, the development also was seen. And then we came with the Web 3.0, which is referred as what? The interaction as well as utilization, but also included altering. It also included a part of what? It also included the part of altering, right? So now in this particular Web 3.0, it underwent the upgradation part. So basically it ensured that there is a upgradation, and this upgradation was seen in Web 3.0 with with the help of artificial intelligence, connectivity. So these all features you saw in what? You saw in Web 3.0. Right? Now the question is, which describes Web 3.0 very well? The one, is it user generated? Now, just now we saw user generated, we saw in Web 2.0. So obviously this will not come. Collaboration and social media, participative social media, even we saw in Web 2.0. Yes, so again, this is not the right answer. Static text based information, which we saw in 1.0. So if you know the concept very well, then it becomes easier to come to the answer. So obviously your answer came as what? Based on the intelligence where application used a natural processing language. Okay, natural language processing. So option number 2 stands out to be what? Your right answer, right? But this all um maybe right now you have referred, or after explanation it was easy, so it is better to answer. But that's the reason I said this topic is one of the important topic and you should be knowing this topic in detail. So I've just pointed out some important points. So first of all, what is web application? So understanding, even before understanding 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, let's understand what is a web application. It is a software that runs in your web browser, right? Businesses have to exchange the information, deliver the services remotely. They need to have this web application in order to connect with the customers conveniently and securely. So like for example, e-commerce industry we are talking, it's booming up, but at the same time it need to have that, security and convenience. And for that, this web application in the form of software is that runs is your web browser. So now if you differentiate web 1.0, the read only web, where we only read, or typically it's written very clearly, it's only read. Web 2.0, participative social web, just now I said strongly read write. Web 3.0, read, write, and execute web. So it means read, write, and interactive. So please make sure that you should know this topic. I am repeating it for the third or fourth time. Very important topic for getting a questions in ICT. This is definitely going to be one of the important topic. Okay. So when it comes to Web 1.0, it focuses on the company. 2.0, it focuses on the community because of a social participative social web. And Web 3.0 is something which focuses on individual. When we go to Web 1.0, it's owned content. As I said, it is, the content was owned. Web 2.0, the shared content because of, participative style in nature. 3.0, the consolidated content. So here the consolidated content where upgradation was in the form of altering, right? Web 1.0, like example, your banner advertising. 2.0, your interactive advertising. Now 3.0 is something in the form of what? In the form of behavioral advertising. Now when we talk about, what is basically, or if I explain you what type of, what exactly you mean by behavioral or advertising. So let's understand and give you a clear idea. It will help you to remember it very well. So when I say behavioral advertising, it means like it allows the advertisers, okay, and publishers to display a very high relevant ads and personalized marketing messages to the users, which are based on what? The web browsers. Okay, so if I take the example, take an example of example of behavioral advertising. So for an example, if a user, like for example, if I am a user who is frequently navigating the book review section, so you must have noticed this very well. In case if you are like you are a student preparing for UGC net, so you know that you are being regularly looking after the UGC net content. So obviously that interest will be captured and it will be shared with the shared interest with many other web users, and they may rightly reasonably placed with a book lover segment. So you like the UGC or educational videos. So this will help you to know like such based on the behaviors, this particular concepts will be filtered. So it is behavior which is refers to the action usually measured by the standards, right? Then Web 1.0, which has a usual or visual or interactive web. 2.0, programmable web. And 3.0, as I said, it is linked data web. If you see the activity when it was, so this Web 1.0 was active from the year 1989 to 2005. Web 2.0, 1990 to 2012, and 1919 onwards, still ongoing is our Web 3.0, right? So I hope it is very clear. Okay, so in case if you still want to have the examples, okay, or you can talk about HTML, or portals were in the form of Web 1.0. Okay, here in Web 2.0, it was able to store, okay, and transfer the data. So storing and transfer of the data, that is XML, and RSS, that is basically used for what? For basically used for transferring of data. And here we had, in the form of RDF or RDFS in the form of Web 3.0. So these are the examples, or I can, let us take an example online, okay, Wikipedia, okay, and the semantic web. So this can be another sort of examples which will help you to keep the concept in mind very well. So like, or one more, easy form, the home pages here, okay, wikis or blogs, as I said here in 2.0, and then we have something called as live streaming, okay, in 3.0. So that is what the examples of web, okay. So I hope with one question we have understood very well, and in the question also we very clearly understood why these are not a part of web 3.0, because they stand under 2.0 and this stands under 1.0. So 2.0 talks about users and generation, social media, whereas 1.0 talks about static text based information, right? Okay, coming to the next question. Next question is, in the context of information and communication technologies, which of the following statements are true? So they have given three statements to us, and they have, it's not statement one or two. Togetherly, they have given three statements. You need to speak which statement is true. So, in an email system, now please try to understand ICT concepts. Those students who are from not ICT backgrounds, non-ICT to students. For them, you have to take an extra efforts, because this particular unit is very, very technical with comes to terms, with terminologies. So even if you have, like for example, you are the one who are from is non-IT background, make sure that you are trying to take interest from the examination point of view and doing it well, because again there are a lot amount of weightage questions, which can be a collaboration of in any form. So you need to make sure that you really dedicatedly focus on the unit and try to complete it, right? So in an email, we have BCC, okay, which allows the sender of a message to conceal the recipient entered in the BCC field from the other recipients. Concealed, okay, concealed, it means you are not able to see. Is it right? Phishing is a malicious program installed on a system that stays concealed, avoid detecting. Spamming is an attempt to acquire sensitive information for malicious reason by masquerading as a trustworthy entity. So again, if you are not aware about, okay, maybe many of you may know about BCC, okay, but if you're not aware about phishing or spamming, it's very difficult for you to come to this answer. So still we will check the answer, we will come it back again, do the explanation and see. So as per the question, only the concept of option number A, that yes, BCC will allows the sender of a message to conceal the recipient entered in the BCC field from the other recipients. Okay, but then why phishing and spamming is not a right sentence or statement? Let's see. Okay, so when in an email system, let's analyze all the three systems. Okay, in an email system, BCC allows the sender of a message to conceal the reception. So, like for example, if I'm writing the mail to Mr. X, okay, CC to Mr. Y, and BCC to Mr. Z. So obviously this, the allows the sender of a message to conceal. So this, for the sender and the CC, it is concealed to whom the message has also went. It does not, it is concealed. So yes, the statement is true, because in an email system, BCC stands for blind carbon copy. It allows the sender to include recipients in the BCC field without reliving their identity, who they are. And this is commonly used when the sender wants to keep certain recipient emails address in a private form. Okay, this is a confidential way of informing, right? Now statement 2 and 3. Now phishing is, now what was the statement? It's a malicious program. Okay, so basically it's not a malicious program installed on a system. It is an act of attempting to devise individuals into providing sensitive information such as their password details, their credit card details, by pretending that you are a trustworthy entity. It is typically carried out through the form of deceptive emails, websites, or messages, wherein you portray it as a right form of email, the right website or messages, and you try to, you try to conquer the secure information, which is not a malicious program, but it is a, act. It is an act of making, getting the information, a sensitive information, right? So it is not in the program, it is basically an individual act. Statement 3 is also false because spamming, now here what it's gave, spamming is what? Spamming is attempt to acquire sensitive information. So let's see. It refers to mass sending of unsolicited and often unwanted mails. That is, which you get in your spam folder, right? So it is generally done for commercial purpose, such as advertising the products or services. While some spam mails even contain phishing attempts, spamming itself is not specifically focused on acquiring sensitive information or, master querying a trustworthy entity. The reason is it is unsolicited mails, but may can have attempt of phishing, but it is not basically basically the main agenda is not to secure the information, right? To get the sensitive information. So statement C and statement B is wrong, and hence our statement only A stands to be right. I hope it's very clear with everyone. Okay. Some students, as I said, it may be bit technical, but as I told you at the start, I will be taking very simple and minimum questions so that your focus stays, and then slowly, gradually, I'll start increasing the question. Fine. Now, coming to question number 3. Again, this topic is very important, mainframe computers and spreadsheets. Now, let's see. Two statements are given. Mainframe computers have smaller internal memories than desktop computers. Spreadsheet and word processors are examples of software application. So again, as I said, this unit is basically very technical. Unless and until you do not do it appropriately, it will be difficult for you. So no doubt, initial 1 or 2 days maybe you may feel it tough, but so when we start practicing very well, it will be easier for you. So yes, in statement, both the statements, one stands to be false, whereas two stands to be true. Let's see how it is. Okay. So when I say about statement one, okay, mainframe computers typically have a larger internal memory in the form of RAM than the desktop computers, because mainframe computers are designed to handle a very large scale processing, which have extensive memory capability to support this multiple concurrent users with their large data, right? Desktop computers, while are capable of running various applications, they usually have a smaller internal memory capacity to which are compared to mainframe. So if you compare to mainframes, the desktop computer, it has a smaller amount of internal memory, whereas mainframe has a larger amount of memory. Talking about statement 2, yes, word spreadsheets and word processor are the examples of application software. Now, what is this application software? It refers to a program which is designed for specific job or application, for the users. So in the form of spreadsheet, that is Microsoft Excel, Google Sheet, which is used to organize, to manipulate the data in the tabular format, and the word processors in the form of Microsoft Word or Google document for creating or editing the documents. So yes, these are called as what? Application software, right? Okay, so hence statement number 1 was false when we say that mainframe computers have smaller internal memory. No, they have larger compared to desktop. And statements 2 was right. Got it? Coming to question number 4. Now, ICT, that is Information and Communication Technology, is used to control and monitor everyday activities. So, which of the following activities are mostly like to use sensors? Designing a master slide for presentation, activating a burglar alarm, opening automatic doors, or creating a spreadsheet. So, where the sensors will be used? Okay. So, again, now see, this is again a very a technical aspect which we have to know. So when we are talking about, ICT is used to control and monitor everyday activities in, which of the activities are likely to be, used. Used in the form of sensors. So if you look at the right answer, I'll explain you. So activating an alarm and automatic doors. Now see, designing a presentation, I mean, you don't have to use any sensor, right? Creating a spreadsheet is an application software. It's you just open it and try to start using. But let's see in detail, technically how to do this statements. So when you talk about an alarm, okay, when it comes to secure a building, a property, maybe your shop, okay, a jewelry shop, it's very crucial role, right? So yes, these alarms will definitely, detect an unauthorized entry or suspicious activity, and the sensors are vital component. So like for example, motion sensors. So which type of sensors are there? Door sensor or a glass break sensor. So motion sensors, they use technology like, infrared or microwave to detect the movement with a specific range. So if there is any, movement in the specific range, the sensor detects motion, it triggers and there's an alarm alerting the occupants or the security personnel. So that is motion, the moment, right? Door or window, so sensors are placed on door or window to monitor the status. So the consist, or like for example a magnet on a switch, it consists of, so when the window or door is closed, the magnet aligns with, the switch, and then it keeping it in a closed position. So if the door or window is open, the magnets moves away and that will give an triggering alarm. Okay, so that indicates what, there is an, there is an alarm with reference to this, right? Glass break sensors. So if you have glass breaks, so glass break sensors, they are designed to detect the sound of vibration which is used by breaking the glass. So in case if, in the securing areas whichever you have, fenced around, so if there is an activity of vibration or a breaking of glass, there is an alarm activity. So this is a sensor which will trigger that, the alarm, some kind of motion or some kind of like suspicious activities are happening, and it will result into what? It will result into the ringing of alarm. Same with automatic doors. If the automatic doors, like for example, used at shopping malls, airports, okay, these doors are equipped with sensors, right? And see, these sensors, they, if any movement is there, okay, which will definitely not be a smooth movement, the sensors will get activated and there will be an alarm. So just try this. The question was very easy, okay, but yes, okay. So see, the question was very easy, but it may force you to think twice, so you have to be careful, right? Yes. So as I said, yes, again, even in doors, you have motion sensors or pressure sensors. So if there is, the pressure sensors are installed, it detects the way, a ports opening or something. Definitely, it will help the alarm to get activated, right? Okay. The next question, which of the following statements talks about computer network? Which are the following statements about computer network true? So you have to tell which are the true statements. And intranet is a public network. So intranet, internet, extra, ethernet, this is all done. We will be doing it again. So whether it is a public network or what, the internet is a group of interconnected networks. An extranet is an internet network that can be accessed externally or by the authorized user. So what statement stands to be true? We have to tell which statements are to be true. So let's see. So talking about which of them? So the statement on intranet, the statement on internet, the statement on extranet. Let's see which stands to be true. So talking about the true statements, internet is a group of interconnected networks. Yes. Extranet is an internal network that can be externally by authorized user to whom you are authorizing. Yes. Intranet is not, it's not a public, in fact it is a private network. So let's see in detail also. So internet is a group of, yes, B, it's a group of internet interconnected networks. Yes. And extranet, it is basically used as externally by authorized, users. So let's see. uh B statement, that is internet, yes, it is a interconnected group of networks where you have the devices, connecting, communicating, exchanging the information. It is not owned or controlled by a single entity, and it is composed of numerous interconnected networks. Extranet is a private network that is authorized, where the external users who are authorized can be getting a permitted to use it, right? And hence, statement number two and three are right. But statement one, intranet is a public network. No, it's not a public network. It's a private network, right? So yes, I have taken very small set of questions just to make sure it's little bit easier for you. 1 or 2 days I'll just go with that, and slowly gradually I'll increase the mixture of questions, bit tough, bit easy, so that you can gain the confidence in this unit and try, accepting this unit wholeheartedly and learning it. Okay. So yes, those students are new to the platform or are not aware. So please remember, we at Global Online, you can just download the Global Online app with the help of Google Play Store, register yourself with a registered mobile number, go to paper one. In paper one, once after your payment is done, you get an access to all the content. You have a demo session. In case if you want to, you are not aware, or if this is very new to you, we have our contact details. You can just get in touch with our team members. Just clarify your doubts, and you can join the course and start preparing for your UGC NET. Okay, that's all we have for the day. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next class.